I believe the most profound aspect of living with a dissociative identity, where my life experience is primarily right-brained rather than left-brained or an integrated brain, is how I become whatever I'm experiencing. The left brain is what allows you to have the sense of self and individualization. Right brain hemisphere is much more about a collective experience. Left brain is all about interpretation and description and categorization and summarization. And right brain is all about that raw data, the whole entire experience without interpretation. And so when I'm in a dissociative state and my life experience is stemming directly from my right brain hemisphere, I become whatever I'm experiencing. And there's moments of beauty with this. But for the most part, it's just overwhelming. And especially before I understood that this was what was happening, it was chronically devastating. Because I still struggle to spend time around people without losing my entire sense of identity. I become their friend and not Kristen who's hanging out with them. When I watch movies, I become the characters and the emotional experience of viewing this thing on TV or movie or whatever it is. When I'm listening to music, I become the vibrational sensations of the music. And before you get to a place where there's enough sanity to be present with that experience without being overwhelmed by it, it's really, 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 really intense. I mean, even once you get to that place, it can still be intense. But if you don't know that that's what's happening, how do you tell yourself in those experiences that you are more than that? How do you explain in an effective way to your own neurobiology that you are an individual human being? How do you explain to your own consciousness that you have a separate sense of self? Like, you can't. It's not physically possible. The brain doesn't have access to the physical portions of your neurobiology capable of allowing for those gifts of sanity. And so when I become whatever I'm experiencing, even now, I have to just trust that someday I'll feel a sense of self again. And because experience is like a daily thing, this experience of losing my sense of self is a daily thing. And maybe it won't be for the rest of my life, but it has been for a long time. And it's that way now, even as we progress with healing. And so even with some parts being integrated, even with, an increased window of tolerance and a vast amount of coping resources and things, I'm still losing my sense of self on a daily basis. And I think a big part of that is oxygen deprivation, because if the body is responding in a state of panic and the breathing's thrown off and you're deprived of oxygen and experiencing all the physical symptoms of oxygen deprivation, then the system's going to be in a trauma state and dissociating, and the right brain will be dominant in the life experience. And so I think once I have more oxygen, the right brain experience will become a little less intense. We will see.